The
Indeed.
Return of the King.
Yes,
It
sir.
was okay. I was pretty happy at what I
I was,
saw.
yep.
Basically,
I was very
I
happy. Yeah.
yeah, it was nice. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
they struggled out of the gate. I think the Jazz looked like the 2016 Warriors did.
Right.
At the start of that game, they just couldn't miss.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Mikhailuk was on fire. Everyone was
Yeah.
Keontae George was on
Mm-hmm.
fire
Mm-hmm.
early. They just couldn't miss, man. The Jazz
Mm-hmm.
couldn't miss. And then the Lakers just couldn't make a shot. I think they were
Mm-hmm.
down by I think 15 at one point or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. Something big at the start of the game.
Yeah.
Um and you can visibly see that they were still trying to get acclimated with LeBron,
Right.
right? And then but the thing that we worried about coming in is that number one, how is LeBron gonna fit in this new look offense? Is he
Mm-hmm.
gonna slow down the team? Is he gonna make some drastic changes in the rotation?
Mm-hmm.
That's one worry. The other worry is how good will he be in that system,
Mm-hmm.
right? I'm happy to say that he passed the test with flying
Yeah.
colors. Like, I gotta say that it's not.
Yep.
We expected him to kind of slow down the team. That didn't happen.
No. Yeah.
There were some instances where I think he missed some defensive assignments and left some guys open.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that the Utah game was a bad game for him to come back to. The
Mm-hmm.
reason being the way Utah plays, where they shoot a lot of threes, forces someone like LeBron to expend a lot more energy on defense,
Mm-hmm.
and that kind of showed a little bit at the start of the game when he wasn't getting out there when it comes to contests.
Mm-hmm.
They were having trouble just defending that 3 point line.
Mm-hmm.
They did something interesting with LeBron, wherein I don't know if you noticed where they essentially just switched everything when the ball handler comes next to LeBron. When someone basically when it's LeBron, he switches back,
Mm-hmm.
and that kind of helped him out in a way that he doesn't have to chase these shooters.
Right.
But
Yeah.
with switching, it becomes tricky because communication has to happen, or else you're gonna have lapses, and that's what happened
Yep.
essentially in that first part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But then LeBron started being LeBron, really,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if physically he's so limited now, and that was
Mm-hmm.
pretty evident in this game. He could the same problems exist. He can't seem to bull rush his way to the hoop anymore.
Yeah.
There was this. I think there was this play where he tried that. He couldn't even get a lot of lift.
Yep.
There was a foul. He couldn't, but it wasn't a shooting foul, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So there's definitely that, and we want to see that moving forward. We
Mm-hmm.
don't want to see that moving forward, but
Yep.
the IQ is just
It's
on
still there,
another
of
level.
course. I mean,
What did you see? What did you see about that?
the biggest the stat that made me really happy about LeBron James' debut against Utah is the 12 assists. He knows his role now. He knows his role. If you look at the box, typical Lakers this season, Luca is the leading scorer, Austin second, and it's typical of how the offense works, and the way that LeBron has been finding them and being the playmaker. I'm really happy with the way he's adjusted just for that one game. 12 assists. He's been finding them. It's yeah. That's the one stat that really stands out to me from LeBron James' debut.
There was this one play. I think this kind of. I hope that this is something that happens a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So they, I think they were on a fast break or
Mm-hmm.
something. But what happened was LeBron got the entry pass from the post, and
Mm-hmm.
he was essentially driving middle,
Mm-hmm.
and then you expect him to put up that shot,
Yeah.
but then he saw DeAndre Ayton streaking down the floor.
Yep.
He just shoveled that past him perfectly,
Yep.
and it made the shot. That's
Yep.
kind of where I'm at with this kind of offense. So we
Mm,
what we've seen with the Lakers offense really recently is just it's either Austin or Luca breaking down the defense.
mm,
Whether they do it with their dribble driving or whether they do it in the pick and roll,
yep.
what they do is get inside the teeth of the defense and they break it down. They cause the defense to essentially put all their attention towards them,
Mm,
and then that's when they either score or try to swing the ball over.
yep.
What I loved about this first game, and again, it's too early to tell. This is the first game; we don't know what's going to happen. But what I loved about that first game was there was that I don't even want to call it secondary. LeBron was
Mm,
playmaking essentially from the post.
yeah.
They didn't have that kind of. Uh, they did show a little bit with Luca when he was bullied, but
Mm-hmm.
this kind of helped Luca in such a way that he didn't have to do that. Because what they would do is they would force the switch on LeBron. They would do
Mm-hmm.
a pick and roll with LeBron, forcing the defense to switch him to a
Right.
smaller person, and
Mm-hmm.
LeBron would essentially post up that person and play make from there.
Right.
So he would draw the defense from because it's still LeBron James, and that
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
LeBron James on a smaller player is a recipe for disaster for the defense. And
That's a mismatch. That's a mismatch. Such.
exactly,
Yeah.
so someone has to collapse, right? Someone has to. The defense will adjust, and then that's when the lob to Aiton becomes available. That's when
Mm,
that cross court pass would be available.
mm,
That's when everything essentially would be unlocked, right? And
yep.
that's essentially what happened, right? It's just you got you got LeBron drawing attention from that post, something that
Mm-hmm.
was only usually done by Luca,
Yep.
and they ran it a lot of times. I saw that play so many times from the horn set, and
Yeah.
then
From the horns. Yep. Mm-hmm.
they would just they would just trigger that switch and then Braun post up. Either he would drive inside, use with the post in the post, and draw another defender, feed it to the big man, or he can swing it out. And
Yeah.
that's
Mm-hmm.
just adding another dimension to this offense, really, because you got Luca, you're not gonna stop him 1-on-1.
Yeah.
You got Austin, it's gonna be hard to stop him
Mm-hmm.
1-on-1, and now you got LeBron filling in the gap in
De-
the middle.
LeBron's basically playing decoy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at this point, right?
Yeah.
But he's still rusty, so he's probably gonna be picking up the scoring a little bit. I
Yeah.
don't think he's gonna be averaging 11 points a game,
No. No.
right? But
No.
it's definitely something that I see
Yeah.
picking up. I expect him to average around, I
I'd
would say
say
18, 22
18.
points a game. I think
Yeah.
that's
18 to
probably a
20.
realistic average
Yeah.
for him. I don't want him really scoring too much.
Mm-hmm.
But you still want to have that threat, right? You still want
Yep.
to have that threat inside wherein they know that LeBron's still capable of scoring, and you still want LeBron to expend some energy on that one.
Yeah.
And did you see anything different with how the defense ran with them, or was there? Because I don't think it was. They had a little bit of adjustment period when it comes to that.
Uh. Yeah. There was. I mean, yeah. You're correct. You know, um, there were some plays where where yeah, LeBron was kind of like got lost in the in the defensive rotation, but I think it's more of I think those plays where he kind of got lost were like quick was like Utah running a set where they had where they had quick cutters to the basket, and essentially in those kinds of plays yeah, LeBron kind of got lost in that. But other than that, we're still confident because you still have that free safety in Aiton, as your last line. Aiton as your last line of defense is just it. It's pretty. It's a pretty big factor for the Lakers because he had a few block shots in that game. He had a few denials off of the backdoor cut. So even if a more athletic and a younger player matched up against LeBron can blow by him, Aiton is so good with playing the help side. So he's gonna have his man on this side. There's gonna be help coming out back door. Like say LeBron's on the other side, gets blown by back. Um, Someone feeds him back door. Aiton can easily pivot and get the block shot off the help side. So that's what we really missed last year, because Jackson Hayes isn't that type of defender. Jackson Hayes is a more one-on-one type defender. If you're gonna challenge him, you're gonna jump. He's gonna jump. He can get the block, but Aiton is quicker on reacting to the help side, which is better for us.
Yeah, and in this game, DeAndre Ayton was was showing why he was one of
Yeah.
the best pickups in the NBA.
Yep.
He was there on the defensive side. There's really no way to. No, you can't praise him too much because
Yeah.
he's doing what he's supposed to do now,
Yep.
and we're so happy that
Yep.
that's the case. As you said, this wasn't available last year
Yeah.
when AD got traded, right?
Yeah.
Now you got him also catching those passes, catching those lobs, and just laying
Yep.
that ball in. The Lakers didn't have that.
No.
That was his. He has long arms too, so he's
Yeah.
able to catch those passes from those three, and he's got the strength and the touch to be able to to catch that ball and make the shot really. So
Yeah.
it's really adding a different dimension to this Lakers offense. And
Right.
dude, he had 20 points and 14 rebounds that game.
Yeah.
He was amazing at 30 minutes. He only
30
played 30
minutes,
minutes, and then he had that line. And
Mm-hmm.
so from an overall perspective, this is a preview of what the Lakers can be with LeBron.
Yep.
Some good things that I saw. Jake LaRavia is probably going to be your best guy off the bench.
Yes.
He's going to be LeBron, Austin, and Aiton and Luca are gonna attract so much attention, and you're gonna have to make your shots.
Yeah. That's the
You're
scary
gonna have-
part. Even Aiton's gonna attract attention because he can catch lobs.
right. You have
Yeah.
to make your shots, and
Yeah.
Laravia made the shots in that game, and then you also have we saw Marcus Smart playing a lot of minutes when he was
Yes.
around. He just came back from a viral infection. I
Right.
don't know if this is gonna be his minutes moving forward. He only played 17, but he's been again on the defensive side. He's probably one of the defensive anchors of the team. So
Yes.
I expect him to play a little bit more and a
Yep.
little bit better than this one.
Yep.
And then you got the return of Gabe Vincent. So he had
Yes.
2 3-pointers that game. I believe both of them were off LeBron passes, if I'm not mistaken. So one was that beautiful hook pass cross court
Yeah.
to beat the buzzer. I think around the third.
Right.
I'm not, or was it halftime? I'm not sure. But and then the other one was it was the same. He was in the same spot, caught the pass, just let the defender fly by and step back for 3. That was him. So if he can hit those shots and play that defense, I mean, he's gonna be very good. And Jackson,
Yep.
Jackson is just limited minutes, 15 minutes. That's what you want from him. He brings that energy.
That's all you need. Yeah.
Yeah, catch a couple of lobs, catch a couple of passes. That was it. Just make your shots, and so this is essentially what the rotation is going to look like.
Yes.
Although one thing I saw what that was disappointing was, and this is probably going to be a big problem for the Lakers moving forward, is if Rui performs like this. So what I noticed was that Rui kind of gets passive when LeBron is there most of the time
Yep.
because they play the same position, and Rui is more
They
of a
do,
mid-range
yeah.
guy, right? So he's not gonna. He's been great shooting this year. He's been great with the threes. So I don't know what happened where he just stopped doing that. Maybe it's just they're just adjusting to
Right.
each other. But he had a couple of mid-range shots in that first game. He was the one who essentially started the scoring for the Lakers,
Right.
and just kept him in there as much as he could. But he has to be a lot more aggressive in this if
Yeah.
he were to succeed in this offense.
Just imagine
he
if it was
has to
both
go-
of them. Yeah, both of them are could be scoring threats. Like you have that front court scoring solidified basically. So he has to I don't know if if it was not if it was not his night, but he wasn't too, he wasn't as aggressive as he was in the first few games of the season when, he was more of that mid-range threat that they needed.
Yeah, but look, he's been playing as you mentioned. He's been playing well, but
Hmm.
if he's still on a tryout, right?
Yeah,
He's still on a tryout. This
yeah,
is a contract year for him. He's
hmm,
gonna be a free agent, so it's very crucial for him to essentially just perform. And
right.
he's still like it or not, Rui is probably gonna be your biggest trade chip. I don't think they're
Yeah,
trading Austin now. They shouldn't
they shouldn't.
unless it's for a
Yeah.
superstar.
Hmm.
Unless it's for a superstar, Austin Reeves is not gonna leave.
No.
Now,
Hmm.
with that being said, you have your two you have three expiring contracts this year,
Hmm.
so that's where they should be going if they want to improve this team.
Yep.
Rui's gonna be he's probably a positive trade asset now at this point.
Hmm.
So I don't know if he's gonna keeps doing this, being passive with LeBron, then there's really no choice. Maybe
Yeah.
he's gonna be traded. I don't know,
Maybe. Yep.
but we'll see. Now, the Lakers schedule is interesting. So they play the Jazz again
Hmm.
on Sunday.
Yep. In Utah.
Yep, in Utah, and then they have a 4-game homestand against the Clippers, Mavs,
Hmm.
the Pelicans, and the Suns. That's essentially a
Mm.
5-game stretch where
Yep.
it's I don't want to jinx it, but it's pretty winnable.
Yeah.
The only team that would probably give them problems there would be the Suns, and that
Uh.
but the Suns still have a lot of holes, but those that team can score. So the Suns
Yeah.
are 13th in the league in scoring,
Right. Hmm.
but they're pretty bad at defense. So we'll see what happens there
Hmm.
if that's something that the Lakers can exploit. But the schedule seems pretty tame.
Yep.
They do embark on a road trip after this. They go to Toronto. They go
Hmm.
to Boston. There's Philly, and then there's the Jazz again, and the
Hmm.
Clippers again, and then the Suns. So
Mm.
there's an opportunity for the Lakers here. They've won 3 straight
Yep.
to pad this record in the West, which
Right.
is, as we expected, very, very, very competitive.
Yes.
Is LeBron essentially came early. He returned earlier than we expected, which is
Hmm.
great. Now, what do we expect from this team moving forward in that stretch? That's a stretch of. I mean, I don't want. It's a stretch of 11 winnable games, in
Yeah,
my
that's the thing.
opinion.
Yeah. Historically, though, we know that the Lakers. I mean, not just playing devil's advocate for a second here, but I know that there's been some winnable games that they've dropped. You know, most notably, the most recent one was the one against Atlanta. So, I hope that this, LeBron coming back would, essentially could be a spark for them to, to kind of get locked in and really, take advantage of these winnable games because and it's not, it's not a sprint, it's not it's not a it's not a sprint to the finish, to the 82 game finish. It's a marathon. So you just have to, you just have to kind of lock in and, and stay focused and be able to, to take advantage of this type of a schedule because we're not really playing the Thunder or the Rockets um, or Cleveland just yet, or Detroit or those teams that are kind of number one now in the stand in their respective divisions. So yeah, I do hope that LeBron's return kind of galvanizes our the effort that is gonna happen in the next few games.
Yeah, they're gonna be facing the Rockets in that stretch too after
Yeah.
probably Game 12 or something like that. So
Right.
it's gonna be. I feel that this is probably the best time for LeBron to ramp up. That's I think returning earlier was
Yep.
the Jazz game was a bit weird where
Hmm.
they could have probably used a game where it would could have been slower. Maybe the Clippers game would have provided that,
Right.
provided them with a little bit more leeway. But I'm
Hmm.
happy that he returned early.
Yeah.
I'm happy that they get to integrate LeBron James
Yeah.
as early as possible.
Yep.
So I'm excited to see what this offense will look like. Really, it's been
Hmm.
fun to watch so far with all the movement and the energy. And LeBron does slow it down a little bit. I gotta
I
admit,
mean,
but
it's age, you know. It's just yeah, it's just the
totally
reality. But
understandable.
yeah,
But that's the LeBron James. Okay,
yeah.
that's the LeBron James we're looking at there.
Hmm.
And there was they he really looked great with the playmaking
Hmm.
and with the passing. He even had that look away magic pass, I believe,
Yeah.
in one of
Hmm.
those sequences too. So
Hmm.
I'm 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 happy. I'm excited to see where this leads them.
And
And
this, yeah. Also, one thing is, this is what he wants to do. This is what he's always loved doing. You know, even as a rookie, even as a high schooler, the part of the game that he really loves doing is passing. You know, and we've seen him like as we've seen him such as we've seen him as such a wonderful playmaker with all the teams he's been in. So yeah, I'm really excited for especially the offense that we have right now.
yeah, that's true. That's true. I
Yeah,
mean, this is what he forced the Westbrook trade for.
yeah,
Okay, this is the reason. So
mm,
it's all reason for him to take a step back
yeah,
and let Luca and Austin take care of the team, and then
hmm,
he can just step in and fill in the gaps, which is
yeah,
what he did.
yeah,
So there's I still see some rust. I still see some
mm,
age,
yeah,
but I think it's gonna be okay. It's just
hmm,
gonna be an issue. It's just gonna be a situation where he's definitely gonna be underperforming on that
right,
35% cap hit contract that he has.
yep.
But I mean, it's better than anything right now. I don't think you
Oh,
can get
actually,
another
yeah,
player. I
yeah,
don't think you get another player to replace LeBron. So
hmm,
it's just what it is. They just have to deal with it and figure it out
yeah,
next season. So
hmm,
I still don't think he should be paid that much. But it is what it is. Let's just move
hmm,
on and
yep.
yeah, hope for a good season. Really.
See